Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me again. Okay, so today we're back to what we do best on this channel, honey. Checking these brands for their ridiculous behavior and getting them dragged. Well, I personally don't drag them, other people do on our behalf, and then we react to it. There's so many crazy stories today, so please make sure you're fully subscribed. I'm not even gonna waste any time because you've already read the super clickbaity title of this video. I'm not gonna disappoint you. So I was in this Facebook group and someone posted a post saying that the SA blocked them. Okay, it's not funny, I'm not laughing at the client. The SA blocked them after they inquired about the 22S Chanel Caramel Mini. And they said that SA, pretty much blocked them because the SA had promised them, that they were going to get the Caramel Mini. And then the SA is like, oh, okay, actually, you might not get it. And then the client screenshotted the conversation that they had when the SA was saying, you're gonna get it, you're gonna get it. And then the SA is like, let me stop you right there, and blocked her after she sent the screenshots. So I actually put a poll on my Instagram, which, by the way, please go follow my luxury Instagram because a lot of you are following me on my personal page. Go follow my luxury Instagram. So I just want to check now and see where we stand on it. But I did put a poll, and in the beginning of the morning, the people who agreed with me were winning, but now I think actually we're not winning anymore. So I want to just see what it says. But yeah, I put a poll, and as of right now, as of filming, people think that the SA is wrong because I said, is the SA wrong or the client? Did the client overreact? 54% of you thought the SA was wrong. 46% of you thought that the client was wrong. I actually think that the client is wrong because I think that the client, okay, tried to check her SA. She tried to check her, sending her the screenshots of their convo and then being like, hey, but you promised me. Okay, so this is where I feel like the client was wrong. I feel like the client didn't understand that at the end of the day, a reserve at Big C is not a promise, okay? So it's not a real promise, it's not an oath, okay? It's a reserve, it's a reservation. Reservations can get cancelled at any given time. I'm not saying it's right, so don't come for me shouting at me. I'm not saying that I necessarily agree, but a reserve, it's a reserve. I don't think that it benefits you to screenshot a conversation that you had with your SA and send it to them, to be completely blunt with you, because you have to understand that these people, they're human beings, they make mistakes. Yes, it probably was a mistake to tell the client that she's getting it, but she's a human being. Maybe she speaks to tons of clients per day on her phone, and then she decides to tell people, yeah, you're gonna get it, because maybe she is tired and she's just driven home and she's shattered and wants to chill home with her, with her husband, her kids, whatever. We don't know the sort of parameters of why she told the client that. So people were kind of reacting and saying, oh my God, what should you do? Now, before she blocked her, the SA offered her a solution and said, take the medium caramel. And then I think that the person had said in the group that she couldn't afford to buy the medium one. Now, this is where things kind of get a bit dicey. Big C has kind of been on this odyssey for increasing prices so that they can not have people who save up for bags, because they don't want you to save up for their purchases. They want you to buy them in any kind of way. I think the medium is double the price, because I'm pretty sure the medium in the US, the medium classic flap is maybe 8,800, so it's about double the price of the mini. So maybe the SA felt like, well, if you really love it so much, you should be able to get the medium one, because what's the difference? It's just larger, it's just not the mini version. I would have taken the medium if possible, had it been offered. Instead of screenshotting conversations and trying to check her, I would have taken the medium and kept eating my food, okay, drinking my drinks and keep it moving, okay? But instead, she got blocked. So what do we think about this? Do you think that the SA was wrong or right to block her? So let me tell you what I think. I think, first of all, don't try and check me, okay? I've had this on my channel sometimes where people try and check me in the comments, and I'm like, let me stop you right there, okay? You're not gonna check me. And I think that the essay was like, this is my job, but it's not my life. And I think for a lot of people who work in luxury retail, I've spoken to many of them as well. As much as we love luxury because it's fun, we're passionate about it. It's like a hobby. This is just someone's job that they do. They keep it trill. They go home. They have a life. They have hobbies. Chanel is not that essay's life. So you're not going to come up in their workspace and try and bring drama and try and check them with screenshots. And if I had been that essay. Now it is unprofessional. It is unprofessional to block a client. I wouldn't have blocked her, but I definitely would have gone to the store manager to be like, oh my God, this person's being, super annoying. Like, what should I do? Or should, someone come and help? Because I would be really annoyed with you that you had done that. And I probably would have, probably knowing me, I would have been like, thank you so much for your time. I would have gone silent and just moved on to other clients. Like, knowing me, I wouldn't have blocked her, but I would have let her know, boo-boo, like, you are not going to check me with your screenshots. I am not going to stand for it. And the essay was tired, essay blocked her. So she got blocked, okay? I want to know what you guys think about it. We were talking about it in the group. It was really interesting reading people's responses. Honestly, I think she should have just taken the medium and called it a day. I would have taken the medium and just been happy with my caramel. It's still a caramel. Big C are continuously going to be re-releasing this color. We're noticing a pattern with Chanel. It came back, I think it was in 21p. It came back for 21K. It's back now for 22S. So I'm guessing it will be back in 22B or 22K. It will reappear. They know they have to keep releasing it so that they keep those resale prices very low. And Chanel are very proactive about resellers. So you know how it is. Like, they're not playing around. So yeah, I think another thing is you want to maintain your relationships with your essays. You don't want to tick them off and try and check them. Like, who are you trying to check me with screenshots? Now when I think about it, someone trying to send me a screenshot like that, I'd be like, girl, please. I was drinking Tanqueray and Gordon's gin. I was drinking Johnny Walker, okay, when I told you that you were getting that caramel mini. Guess what? You're not getting jack, okay? So watch it. No, I'm kidding. She shouldn't have blocked her. That was wrong. But the client shouldn't have tried to check her. She tried to check her and then she got dropped like a hot potato and she got blocked. I'd love to know what you think about that one. I'm coming in hot today. I've got a lot of these stories. The next one is also from Facebook. I saw this in another group. Someone was saying that their essay is ignoring them over the 22S hard bag. Now this one is interesting because the 22S heart bag, I think, is part of this Birkinization of Chanel's unicorns. Chanel have decided, social media, like us and those of us in the luxury community, we've basically created unicorns. All of us, like luxury consumers on social media, we have created unicorns, right? And Chanel are like, you have created unicorns, okay, but we need to control these unicorns. So they're going to control access and the distribution of the unicorns. Generally speaking, if you've got a heart bag, you're a client in good standing at the brand. If you were offered it and you managed to get it without a VIP dropping out, without a big spender dropping out, generally speaking, you could be a big spender, you could be a VIP. Might just be someone who they like in the boutique, who's respectful, you don't annoy them, and they decided, to offer you that bag. So this particular client, I feel like where she went wrong was basically this. She was explaining how she had been following up about the heart bag since the catwalk show. She had been trying really, really hard to get it basically for a long period of time, because obviously the catwalk show was ages ago, it was last year, and her essay had told her, you're gonna get the heart bag, you're gonna get the heart bag. And then the essay's like, let me stop you right there. You're not going to probably get the heart bag now. It's not gonna happen. And then she said she was really upset, and then she's like sending her essay messages, and then her essay just starts ignoring her and doesn't respond to her. So she was going into this group to explain what should she do, and people were telling her don't be loyal to your essay, go get another essay. Well, it's too late now. I mean, she's definitely not going to get the heart bag at retail. That's a fact, particularly in the US. So I was reading this and I thought it was just a really interesting example of the current situation at Big C. And I've said this before, and I've had some of you saying, well, I'm not a VIP. How come I get every bag I want? You might be getting every bag you want now, but Chanel are moving away from that. Chanel are going to be offering unicorns to VIPs first, people who are spending tens and tens and tens of thousands of dollars a year on bags. ready to wear, fine jewelry, timepieces, couture, and the lifestyle accessories that Chanel makes, like those random, I swear at one point they made a surfboard and they're like Coco Neige, like ski accessories and things like that. And then the unicorns will be available to big spenders, people who maybe just like bags but are more than happy to spend a lot. Maybe they're not spending at VIP level, but they do spend and purchase every season. If you're someone who sees yourself as a collector, but you don't buy Chanel's ready to wear, you don't buy their costume jewelry, you don't buy their beauty products, you don't buy their accessories, you don't buy couture, you don't buy prêt-à-porter, you are someone, to be completely blunt, because I am a Chanel watcher and I love Chanel, Chanel wants to phase people out who are not going to be shopping across all categories. The hearts were always going to be they're always going to be allocated to VIP clients first, then to big spenders, then to people who are loyal, and then to everyone else who's going to fight to get on the list for the heart. Of course, every location is different. There are going to be some Chanel boutiques that are not competitive at all, and everyone can walk in and get a heart. There are going to be some Chanel department store concessions that are not competitive, and maybe no one wanted a heart in that market. But if you're in a very big city, New York, London, Milan, Paris, Amsterdam, Sydney, Melbourne, if you're in a massive, city, and of course Asia, like Singapore, Seoul, South Korea, Hong Kong, like if you're in a massive city like that, and if you are not spending in a bunch of other categories, you are not going to be given a guarantee of getting that bag. And that is the bottom line. Like, I don't know how else to say this. There are going to be exceptions to every rule, as with most things in life. But that is what we've seen with the heart bag. Almost everyone who I have spoken to who has gotten this heart bag is either a Chanel VIP, a Chanel big spender, or is someone who has been shopping at Chanel for like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So your spend has accumulated over time. Maybe you're not buying ready to wear. Maybe you're not buying fine jewelry. Maybe you just spent $10,000 last year, but you've been shopping at Chanel for 9 years, and maybe across 9 years you've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars with them. Those are the people that are going to get the hearts. But if you, were hoping to get a heart, but you want to save up to get a heart, that is not really the distribution model that Big C wants to work with right now. Should the SA have ignored her? No, she shouldn't have. But the client, should have understood that there is no guarantee until she's holding that heart, I had to do it, in her hand. There is no guarantee at all that she was going to be getting the heart bag. And she felt like she was lied to. She felt like the SA was a liar, and the SA is ignoring her, and she's like, it's so unfair, she's ignoring me, and she's a liar basically. Well, the SA is doing her job, and they're going to have a specific amount of hearts per colorway per product. So for example, the large hearts come in a wide range of colors: black, purple, white, pink, blue. I think blue is the small one. Then they have the small heart as well. Then they have the heart belt bag. They have the heart troll pieces as well. Pretty much all of those are going to be impossible to get. Maybe the heart coin purse, which is an armband, which is a troll piece. But even that, it's a coin purse. That is going to be very, very, very difficult to get if you weren't reserved for it. So I think the key thing here to learn is that even if the SA says you're on the list, you can still be bumped off if a VIP or big spender or someone who pulls rank over you says, hey, I want to buy that. Because at the end of the day, this is business. Chanel SAs don't earn commission from handbags, guys. They do not earn a pound, penny, shilling, euro from your handbag purchases. They don't earn a commission from your troll piece purchases. They definitely don't earn commission from costume jewelry. Guess where they get their commission from? I think you can see where I'm going with this. Fine jewelry, ready to wear, depending on which country, ready to wear. Of course, couture. My gosh, like if an SA brings a couture client, if you buy a piece of couture, even like a couture jacket or a couture skirt, you are going to get as many hearts as you want, and that's how it is. So I'd love to know what you think about that story as well. I'm super, super curious to hear your responses. I know a lot of you aren't going to agree with me. I think that she was whinging and moaning about it a bit too much. She should have played it a bit cool. as well, and she should have gone to look for other options. I know they say you should only shop with one SA, but when it pertains to these unicorn pieces, I don't know, man. It's a unicorn. It's not a guarantee you're going to get it unless you're buying fine jewelry, prêt-à-porter, and if you're not, you should be looking for other options. It is what it is. The next dragging story is from Big H, Rodeo Drive, the Big H boutique in Beverly Hills, California, in the United States of America. Hey guys. Okay. Hey you guys in California love in my Tupac voice. Yeah, here we go. This is a crazy story. Tell me what you think. I'm going to summarize it because it's quite long. This man was whinging and moaning about it on Google reviews. He says, and this is new, this is like 2 months old, "They're callously deceptive. Read my tale of woe. I wanted to buy my wife a handbag. I was visiting LA, so I called them up to ask if they had what I was looking for in stock." This is very important. "I was told that they will not share inventory information over the phone. So I rephrased, would I be wasting my time if I drive there? Same response. Later that day, I drove to the store, then I had to wait 1 hour and 20 minutes outside the store to get in line. When I finally entered, I told the cheerful assistant that I wanted to buy a handbag for my wife. Response, sorry, we don't have any handbags. Why couldn't they have told me not to bother coming when I called? Why did they make me wait in line for 1 hour and 20 minutes when they knew they didn't have any bags? At one stage, a guy in black even came out to ask what departments we wanted to shop. I told him bags and he said nothing, just left me to wait in the sun. Anyway, as a public service, if you want to buy an Hermes bag at this store, don't waste your time. I feel that these people have decided to make their failure to restock a secret and they don't care. And they don't care about their prospective customers. Callously deceptive." Okay, let's talk about a few things. First of all, he's right, okay, on one thing that he says. Callously deceptive. Big H are quite sneaky with the way they act with stock. We have been talking about it in my Facebook group. I've also told you guys who can follow me on my luxury Instagram that stock is starting to filter through now in the EU and Asia specifically. There is stock, but they are known for that. And we do know 2 months ago when this review was written, you know, stock, particularly in the US, wasn't around. Of course, if you follow luxury YouTube pages, you're on Instagram, you're on forums, Facebook groups, you know that America basically had stock taken away, and that Big H stock was taken to Asia for the fourth quarter, and of course for France, which is home turf. Now, I'm sorry. This review is also bang of order though, because he doesn't say what bag he wants in stock, but I think we all know that he's asking for a Birkin, or at the very least asking for a Kelly. Big H do not confirm inventory information on the phone. This is well known. I'm sure all of you know that. So if he had known that, he probably, you know, wouldn't even have wasted his time calling them. What he should have done is made an appointment, not wasted time queuing outside. You know, the boutique. Like, I definitely wouldn't be queuing outside for an hour and 20 minutes to go shop at Big H, honey. I don't care. Like, I don't care what's in there. I'm not queuing for an hour and a half or an hour and 20 minutes. That's like that's the runtime of a film. I could watch a film in that time on the TV. I think that here as well is where people make a lot of mistakes. So probably his wife wanted him to go to the boutique and get a Birkin. Maybe she tried to get a Birkin or a Kelly and she couldn't get a Birkin. So she decided, you know, let me ask my husband, which is the correct thing to do. Ask your husband, ask your boyfriend to go in for you. But the mistake is thinking that you can call and ask for availability. Well, do you know what? This is not H&M, okay, get me, like, and don't get me wrong, I love H&M, I love ASOS, I love Zara. They will happily tell you if they have it, but Big H are not going to tell you anything. And around that time, were there bags? I feel like there were bags in that boutique for their top spenders and their best clients. I don't feel like that they were necessarily bags for walk-ins. I definitely don't think that there were bags for people who wanted to call just to buy a handbag. Do I think if you went to the Rodeo Drive boutique and went one-to-one and bought like a watch and a fine jewelry bracelet, would you have been given a bag? Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? I mean, the Californian stores are probably 2-to-1, to be fair. There are people in there who are going to be spending $50,000, $100,000 in one sitting. So this idea that he's going to call up, you know, Big H Rodeo Drive, they're probably sitting there on the phone like, okay, where's Ashton Kutcher? This guy's going to be punked on the phone, you know? And I'm not saying it's right, But I'm saying also, I feel like if you are going to be buying like a Birkin, you want to buy a Birkin, you know, for your partner, your spouse, as a gift, I do feel like you do need to kind of know what you're getting yourself into. I'm not necessarily saying that I think it's right, but I don't know about not, because in the review, he doesn't say if it's a Birkin or a Kelly. We all know it is. We all know it is. What do you think about that one? The next story is from Palo Alto, also in California. This is a review, by the way, these are all reviews on Google Reviews. It says, unless you're willing to spend over 100K for a bag plus all the overpriced Hermes brand items, you're not going to get anything here. I just don't understand how these sales assistants are judging their customers and interview them on how to be loyal to the brand. I'm very tired of playing this game to get a bag for my wife. I'm really glad to see a man write something very honest about the Big H game. It is tiring. I've also said I'm getting tired of the games. I'm going to give it another go in summer, but do you know what I mean? It is a game and it is exhausting. And you know, my gosh, $100,000 like to play games in the Palo Alto boutique. I'll take that 100K, honey. I'll go get myself a Lamborghini, okay, with a bull on it, and I'm a Taurus, so I'm sorry. I'd rather take that 100K and go get a Lambo instead of buying bait, because he said overpriced Hermes brand items, which in our language we call it bait. The next story is from the Palo Alto boutique. It is a positive review, but I wanted to read it out because this review kind of notes something that's really interesting. Okay, and this also notes the problem with shopping at Big H. She says, I have always had, by the way, this is from like yesterday, so it's like a few hours old. I've always had good experiences at H in Palo Alto. I came to the store with my friend this week for the first time in about 2 years. Since I've been very cautious with the pandemic. The store is by appointment, so you need to visit their appointment website to book your appointment. I know some people have complained in their reviews that they don't like being by appointment, but I think from a customer point of view, it makes for a much more pleasant shopping trip. She talks about the stock that they have, all of this. Then she says, me and my friends, we waited on like queens, and we bought some diamond jewelry, scarves, and I also got a cashmere coat. Bait. She doesn't say that. That's me. Bait. Hermes is a luxury store, and they definitely expect their clients to behave. Oh, ouch. My feelings are hurt. Like another reviewer said, if you act nice to the employees, they'll be nice back. But if you're rude and demand to be let in right away, you probably won't be let in. It's just common sense. Hopefully one day I can get a very special Kelly bag. Well, look, this is a great, interesting review of someone who knows how to play the Big H game. This person right here, God bless you, because you know how to play the game, okay? Palo Alto is appointment only. You know, so if you think you're just gonna go there, you know, stand outside and be treated well, it's not gonna happen. They're just gonna ignore you and look at you like you have a cone on your head, okay? We all know that. And then here when she says her and her friends were treated like queens, excuse me, in the next sentence she says she was buying diamond jewelry, bait. She was buying scarves, bait. She was buying a cashmere coat. Their cashmere coats cost a ton of money. So yeah, this is someone who's obviously knows the game, knows the importance of going one-to-one. This is someone who's buying the commission-rich category. So this is someone who thinks we need to behave appropriately. I actually agree with a lot of what she said, in that Big H, you know, it's a luxury boutique. They're gonna do things their way. If you don't like it, you don't like it. I mean, what else is there that needs to be said, you know, when it pertains to that? I just think it's really interesting whenever people write these reviews, and then they're like, okay, and whenever they write these reviews, and then they're like, oh my gosh, you guys, like, we need to like act really well. And then a few sentences later, they're like, okay, by the way, I bought a ton of bait. So I'd love to know what you guys think about those stories. I think they're just so crazy and so interesting. So of course, I had to just let you know about them. So I would love to know what you think. If you have any requests of big H locations you want me to research and look into, because this is just like a fun, I'm like the Inspector Gadget of luxury brands. I love finding out little interesting nuggets, as long as they're not too juicy, because if it's too hot for YouTube, I'm only sharing it in my Facebook group. So I'd love to know what you think about that one. Make sure you're fully subscribed to my channel, hit notifications, like this video of course, and drop a comment below and tell me what you think about everything. First of all, let's be clear. This last review is a positive review because this person is winning the game. Okay, when you're winning, when I'm at the casino, I've told you guys before, I like going to the casino, go to the casino every now and then. When I'm out on the roulette table, when I'm playing blackjack and I'm winning, I'm looking at everyone else like everyone else in here is a mug. Okay, I'm winning. When you're not winning, you're like, you know what, let me go home with my tail between my legs, okay, because I'm not winning. She's winning the game, so she feels like, because the Palo Alto Boutique on Google reviews has terrible, terrible, terrible reviews. Like the Palo Alto Boutique has terrible reviews. I think it has like a 2 rating. It has like a 2-star rating on Google, which is hysterical. I couldn't stop screaming when I was looking at the rating. But she thinks that people aren't acting accordingly. I do think that there is some truth to that, in that, you know, if you want to win at shopping at Big H in the boutique, there are these unwritten rules and codes that we all kind of need to follow. Now, there are going to be some of you who are long-term shoppers at these brands, like, well, I don't have to play games. You can't really say that. You have probably played a game at some point shopping at the brand. Maybe you're not playing them now, but maybe a few years ago when you started shopping there, you know, you were playing games. But I just think it's hysterical that people don't remember how much bait they have purchased, because she's enjoying her time at the Palo Alto Boutique, but she buys bait, diamond jewelry, a cashmere coat. You best believe if I buy diamond jewelry, diamond bracelets, diamond rings, and a cashmere coat, you better believe I'm asking for a Birkin and a Kelly, or at the very least, a mini Constance in Rose Sakura. Okay? Absolutely, you better believe I do that. So I think it's just really important to note that. I'd love to know what you think about all of these dragging stories. And just before I go, I really wanted to know what you guys thought about this situation. So I was in another group. All of this stuff is like on Facebook. Facebook is lit. Facebook is on fire. That's where people are going off, honey, on these brands. Someone was saying how their SA has actually left the brand, and they had scored like good quota backs from their SA, and now they don't know what to do, like to get a new SA. Like it seems like it's hard now to like get attention in the boutique, and they didn't have to spend so much money. Like what should they do? And people were like, you know, people were like, you need to giddy up, okay? Giddy up. And yes, I can't help it because it's a horse reference as well. Giddy up and get back on the saddle like everyone else. Everyone has to do the same thing, and everyone has to go spend. You got lucky, you had an SA who didn't make you spend money, but now you're going to have to spend money like the rest of us. Obviously, those of you in wishlist countries, you can't compare yourself to this person because wishlist is different. Eventually, the bag is going to be released, but in a one-to-one situation, what should this person do? Should this person get ready to go one-to-one because they were saying how they got quota bags before and they didn't go one-to-one, or should they stop shopping at the boutique and just be happy for the bags that they have? I feel like if you like shopping at Big H, then you should continue shopping at Big H. But I feel like if you are worried about spend, then yeah, you have to realize that, you know, your SA who gave you all of those fantastic offers is gone, and you might come across someone who's going to make you pay to play. And there is a pay to play vibe from Big H specifically that I feel like other brands don't really have. So there's just so much interesting stuff. I've got lots of other dragging videos with other brands. I've got ones upcoming about Louis Vuitton, Chanel, Gucci's getting people mad as well. Okay, Gucci's getting dragged apparently from Gucci. Like, if you don't look nice and all of this, people drag you. There was another really crazy story today I read from the new Bond Street boutique in London for Louis Vuitton, and this person was like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't, look like I had £1 million. Okay, and the person was saying how they were a doctor, and they had just finished working, and they just wanted to pop in really quickly, and they were treated really badly. So I think when it pertains to the whole thing about dressing up, you know what time it is, okay? If you have an SA and they know you can probably go in there wearing trainers and wearing flip-flops and no one cares. But I think particularly in the very touristy luxury boutiques, Louis Vuitton, Big H, Big C, big Gucci, honey, big Dior, all of these brands. You know, if you go in there looking quite casual, you know, you're going to get blanked. The new Bond Street boutique for Louis Vuitton in London gets dragged so hard. So I'll be featuring Louis Vuitton in a dragging video coming very soon. I really hope that you guys like these videos. They're a little bit more lightweight and we just kind of laugh about it. You have to laugh about shopping at these houses. If you don't, you will cry. You get really stressed out. I refuse to let Big H, Big C, Big LV have the collagen that's in my skin, honey. They are not going to come like the crypt keeper and take it from me. It's not gonna happen. So we have to kind of laugh about it. I hope you like these videos, and if you think I should keep doing them, drop a comment below. I was watching a luxury YouTuber's haul, and she was telling people, guys, drop comments, tell me what you think. And people were like, someone was like, why should we drop comments? You guys, YouTubers always say, drop a comment below. We're so tired of hearing it. Guys, we have to say it so that our videos do well, because the more you comment, the more likely my video gets recommended to more people like you. So drop a comment below. See what I did there? And tell me what you think of this video and all of the dragging stories. I'd love to hear from you. As usual, you know, I'm gonna reply. You know, don't try and check me, okay? That girl tried to check her essay. She got dropped, okay? Her essay was listening to too much Tupac, okay? Her essay's been listening to Ice Cube in the 90s. So don't try, people. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you very soon in my next video.